What's up, YTPC? How are you? Bagpiper coming at you from the back porch. And I am, probably can't tell, I'm about done with this pipe. Smoking out of my Peterson bent Bulldog, the ADS. This was a gift from Scotty Piper. And in my bent Bulldog, C&D Virginia Flake from November 9th of 2017. Almost 9 months old. Tin description says hand blended in the Carolinas, and it is a part of the vintage blends. It is a part of the vintage blends. It says high-grade Virginias are pressed into C&D's proprietary flake chip out, and the result is a smoked brimming with both a natural sweetness as well as a fragrance that is slightly reminiscent of orange muffins fresh from the oven. This tasty leaf packs a fine bowl straight from the bag, but also boasts excellent aging potential. Slightly hard to read with it. Doesn't look like it printed out all the way. But this is a really good Virginia. I'm about done with this bowl. It is my first one out of it. When I first lit it up, I was like, man, this is a good blend, a good Virginia. I don't get orange muffins straight from the oven, but I do get those citrusy notes. That's common with a lot of Virginias. And it tastes like a good, pure Virginia blend. Not something that it would be like my go-to all-day Virginia smoke. Like, I'm not going to run through the tin and, well, it's 2 ounces, and at the rate I smoke, I'm not going to run through the tin in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. But it is good enough to put into the rotation and cycle through as I go. Now, being at the bottom of the bowl and having smoked all the way through, and it is a broken flake, chip out, whatever. That's probably the biggest flake you'll get. I just grabbed a handful of them and stuff the pipe. The pipe isn't deep enough for them all to fit in straight. So I grabbed some of the smaller chunks of flake, folded those in half really, and put them in. Took a little bit, crumbled it out, made my kindling on the top. And it has behaved really well. Obviously with smoking and towards the end of the bowl, I'm having to do, or obviously with talking and being towards the end of the bowl, I'm having to do a little bit of relight. But when I wasn't talking and I was just enjoying the pipe, one charring light, one true light, and it burned. Moisture's perfect. That citrusy note follows through the entire bowl. And it is just a really good pure Virginia blend. It's not full Virginia Flake. Or anything like that. But on its own, as its own blend, it is a very good tobacco. It is definitely one that I am going to put into my rotation, and I will be stocking up on. 2 ounce tin. Smoking pipes like $9 or something. So not too bad, not decently priced. It's a really good smoke. This will definitely make it into my list of Virginias to stock up on. What I plan on doing is I want to write down a list of all of the Virginia blends that I enjoy and all of the Latakia blends that I enjoy. And those include the Balkans and Englishes and Virginias and Vapors. And I think that list to be about a dozen each, give or take. And instead of just constantly trying to get my hands on new and different stuff and those hard to obtain stuff like the Esotericas and the Germains, which don't get me wrong, I would still love to get some of those. More Penzance, more Special Latakia Flake, the Rich Stark Flake, Ramsgate. I mean, there's a bunch of them, right? But the goal is to take a list of things that are readily available, or for the most part readily available. Full Virginia Flake will be on there just because I enjoy that one. But the goal is to make a list of about 2 dozen blends, and then just all year long start stocking up. Maybe during the summer, this summer I'll start stocking up on the Latakia blends, and then come late fall, winter time, I'll start stocking up on Virginias. What I'd like to do is get about a pound of each blend over the course of a year, which doesn't seem too unattainable and just stock the cellar up. And that'll also include getting the leaf to make my blends, because the 4 blends that I've made so far I've really enjoyed. And for those keeping count at home, that is the Virginia Flake, the Latakia Flake, the Brown Flake, and the Vapor Flake. I still have 6 more that I'd like to make, but that requires me buying about 4 pounds of Virginias so that I can make a lot more. But the goal is to stock up on about a pound of everything. My blends, the store-bought blends, and fill the cellar up. Finish smoking out all the samples that I have, which everyone says they're going to work on getting through all their samples, but we all know we have a cellar full of samples and jars, and that'll take a while. But I'll smoke through everything, and then after I have stocked up on everything for the cellar, then I can spend the extra money in the budget and start getting stuff to try to see if I like, or those hard to get ones or whatever. I feel like if I have 24 pounds of blends, that should last me for a couple of years, right? So if I can spend the next year and a half, we'll say by the end of 2019, I have a pound of everything stocked up, then that'll get me through for a couple of years, and I can spend the money on buying more leaf and trying more blends and other blends and stocking up on stuff that I've went through. This will make it into that cut. I will put that right up there with the Luxury Navy Flake, the Southlift Virginia Slices, the Full Virginia Flake, all of those. It's definitely good enough to add to your rotation. If you haven't tried the Virginia Flake from C&D, Smoking Pipes has it in stock right now. Jump on it. I think it is only available in a 2-ounce tin though. If it was one that came in bulk, like a pound bag or something, I would definitely get it. And the tin says it's excellent. It has excellent aging potential. I feel like the quality of the tobacco and the taste from the tobacco, that with some age on it, it would be really good. I don't know how well it will age in the tin with the seal on it. I mean, it'll age, but it's not going to age like taking it out and putting it in the jar. So, you know, to each their own, however they want to go about doing it. I'll leave them in the tin until I get ready to smoke them. Maybe I'll leave them in the tin, and then, you know, December I'll open a tin and put it in, decant it into a jar, and then not touch it again until March or April. And that should be long enough, I think. The possibilities are there. Even with it being a broken flake, I packed this bowl, just your normal Peterson bowl, and it still lasted 45 minutes, almost an hour, give or take. So decent smoke time, decent trying to think of how I would rate it. If it was like a 10-star rating or a 5-star rating, if it was a 5-star rating, I would say 3.75 out of 5. And if it was a 10-star rating, I'd give it a solid 7.5, 8, maybe. It's not one that's going to blow your socks off and make you run out and buy every tin that you can get your hands on and hoard it like gold. But it is one that you will enjoy smoking on a regular basis, I believe. So that's my first impressions on the Cornell and Deal Virginia Flake. Smoked rather well. It was good. I enjoyed it. But now that my pipe is empty and the family is home, I'm going to go inside and see what's going on. So, it's hump day. We're almost to the weekend, people. Just 2 more days to go. Hope y'all have a good one. Keep them full and rolling. Bagpiper out.